last month I made this e-commerce brand an extra 37k in revenue in just 31 days. And in this video I'm gonna show you how you can exactly use my strategies to copy and implement them for your e-commerce brand. So let's get right into the video. As you can see here is the screenshot. Email marketing attributed to over 40% of total revenue for this brand for the month of May. And as you can see, this split between flows and campaigns is pretty cool. It looks pretty okay, 50-50, even though usually you shouldn't stress too much over that because each brand is different. In some cases flows are gonna generate more revenue, in the other cases campaigns are gonna make more, but overall 50-50 is a pretty good split. Now, there are always 4 core pillars that we focus on whenever it comes to email marketing for e-commerce brands. First one is deliverability, second one is sign-up form or lead capture tool, third one is flows, and the fourth one is campaigns. If you want your email marketing to make an extra 30, 40, maybe even 50% of your total revenue, you need to implement all of these and make sure that all of them are performing great. So I'm gonna start with deliverability. With this brand, we've been working with them for quite a while. So deliverability was nailed. As you can see, for both campaigns and flows, the open rate is pretty good. I mean, for campaigns, it's just, excellent, as even Klaviyo gave their suggestion. For flows, it's good, but that's mainly because we have Sunset engaged flow, which usually just drags down these open rates, but all the other key flows are around 50% open rate, including welcome flow, abandoned cart, and so on and so on. So deliverability was on point. Again, this is the first thing that you need to focus on, because if your deliverability isn't working great, then you're just not gonna succeed with email marketing because nobody's going to see your emails. Now, sign up form. So for sign up form, you always want to test a lot of offers, but for this brand, we've been testing already a ton of them, like for real a ton of them. One thing to note is that for blog pages, for example, we have a different lead magnet. For the regular store pages, we're offering different incentive, and for blog articles, we're offering some kind of PDF, which is always pretty cool because if someone lands from SEO, for example, on the blog page, they don't really care about you giving them a discount because they don't even know that you sell any products yet. So what we do is we offer them free PDF that gives them value, and in the PDF there are multiple products linked, so it's also generating some sales here and there. But for this pop-up, this is the main run that we've been running for the product pages with an incentive, and as you can see, it's been doing very, very great. Now, one thing is that if you run an e-commerce brand, if your pop-up isn't doing the greatest, you can let me know down in the comments below. I'm gonna try to help you, or you can just book a call with me and I'm gonna audit your entire Klaviyo and let you know what to improve to make sure that you're getting these kind of submit rates. But open rates too, if you're anywhere between below 40 or 50% for open rates, then I'm definitely able to help as well. Now onto the flows. So just like deliverability, we had these nailed. I mean, we've set them up quite some time ago. We've run quite a few tests, multiple condition splits, timing tests, subject lines, formats, as well as the offers, and so on and so on. So for flows, the performance was very good, right? As you saw, like the split was 50-50, so the flows have done over 18k in just 1 month. And here is the exact breakdown of the flows that we used for this brand. So welcome flow, it has 10 emails, which is quite a long welcome flow, but that's how we usually do things. I mean, if the open rates allow us to do it, we just like to send a ton of emails in the welcome flow, and it's really thought through because we're providing value, teaching people about the brand, about the products. So it's really like not just selling, like not every single email is selling right there, but we have multiple emails, and that's why we're able to send so many emails in the welcome flow. For abandoned cart and checkout, both have 5 emails. Initially we started to 3 or 4, I believe, but over time we saw the metrics are good, so we expanded to 5. And usually I wouldn't go beyond that just because it's not really worth it. If someone receives 5 emails from you about their cart or checkout, which is usually the stage where they're the closest to buying, and they didn't purchase, it means that maybe right now is not the time and you just need to keep hitting them with campaigns. For browse abandonment flow, 5 emails as well, 1 stage before abandoned cart, but 5 emails is definitely enough to remind people about what they've been viewing, talk about their social proof, USPs, and so on and so forth. Side abandonment, just 1 email. We don't want to annoy these people since they haven't viewed any products, and for this client, they have a ton of SKUs, so if someone didn't view any of these, then probably, they just weren't interested at all. For post-purchase, 7 emails, also quite long, but this is what's working for them pretty well. We have splits for first-time customers and repeat customers, which also allows us to have different formats and emails for each. And by 7 emails, I don't mean 7 in total, 7 emails for just one-time customers. For repeat customers, we're sending a little bit less than 7. Replenishment, so this client has a lot of SKUs they're being repurchased from other people. That's why you want to hit them with the replenishment flow. 3 emails, that's definitely enough. Same goes for customer winback. If you don't know, the difference between these two is that mainly customer winback is being sent like later than replenishment flow. Replenishment flow usually is sent within the first month of using the product to make sure people don't run out of it. For customer winback, usually someone has run out of the product and we are just trying to win them back. Back to stock email or flow, we had 1 email. Usually you can have more, but anytime there is any restock for the specific brand, we send out 2 campaigns, which essentially is, if you add them up, it still makes it free. That's why 1 in the flow is definitely enough. Sunset unengaged, 1 email. You don't want to send more than that, since these people already haven't opened your emails for quite a while, so there is no need to destroy your domain reputation and deliverability and try to send them more than 1 email. Now, campaigns. So if you stick to the very end, I'm gonna show you the exact campaigns that we have used for this client that have generated the best results. But overall, here's where we really put a lot of work every single month, just because we need to produce them on a weekly basis, right? Every single week for this client we sent anywhere between 3 to 4, in some cases 5 emails. And as you saw, our open rates are looking pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, we are pretty broad with our segments. I am not a huge fan of going very tight with segments, just because that if your list allows you to do it and they like your emails, which you are going to see by looking at your open rates and click rates. If they like your emails, then there's really no reason why you shouldn't be sending them, especially for a brand like this one, where we have a lot of new restocks, a lot of new products being launched. So both buyers and non-buyers are going to be interested in these specific campaigns. Now, we know what's been working for them for quite a while, because again, we just tested a lot of campaigns, different angles, different formats, everything like that. And as I mentioned before, they launch a lot of products, and whenever they launch any product or have a restock, we send 1 design-based email for product launch or restock, but also 1 plain text campaign either 2 or 7 days later as a follow-up. Now, the frequency for the follow-up email depends if we have any other product being launched soon. If we don't have anything that we're about to launch, we can send it 2 days later, but if we have tight schedule, there are a lot of products being restocked or launched, we can just send it 1 week later, or even in some cases 2 weeks later. But in the case of this month, I'm gonna show you what we've done, because it was also a little bit different than the regular thing. Right, so as I said, usually they just launched multiple SKUs and we follow the same schedule. We would sell 2 emails mentioning the products and linking to the collection page, right? So either restock or other specific collection pages that were restocked or had new products. But this month there was 1 critical change that allowed us to make them even more revenue, and that thing was that they have launched 5 different SKUs. Right, so normally we would send again 2 emails, one of them just mentioning that hey, we launched these 2 products, and the follow-up email saying hey, in case you haven't seen them, make sure that you check them out. Now, in this case we've done it a little bit differently, because instead of sending these 2 emails, we've sent 1 per SKU, so 5 emails in total. We didn't do follow-ups, we were just doing 1 product launch or 1 email per product or per SKU. Right, and we've accomplished 2 things. First of all, we generated more revenue, but then secondly, we were able to see which SKUs performed better in terms of clicks and sales in Klaviyo, right? Obviously, we could also take it out from Shopify, but in Klaviyo, it's just a little bit faster for us. Now, you can see some of the results below. Just ignore click rates, since Klaviyo right now is undergoing some bot clicks from Hotmail and Outlook. That's why these are inflated, but this one wasn't inflated, and as you can see, we still were very close to 1% click rate, but the sales were pretty good. If you look at the clicks to purchase conversion rate, it was fairly decent, right? More than 10% of clicks converted into sale, which is again pretty good. Now, you can implement the exact same strategy for your brand, and it's quite simple, because whenever you launch multiple SKUs, try to launch them 1 by 1. You don't want to blast them all at once, but you want to try and break them down into like small launches, right? If you want, you can also hype them up. If, for example, it's one of your best sellers, but maybe in a different color or maybe in a different format, you can hype it up and just let people know about it. But if not, then for every single SKU you are launching, you can just split them one by one. Now, obviously, if you're launching a ton of SKUs, like 100 different SKUs, you don't want to do this strategy because you would need to send 100 emails, which obviously is possible and is something you could do, but it would take you, quite a lot of time, right? But instead, what you can do is split them into batches. So instead of sending one email saying, hey, we just launched these products, and then the second email being follow-up, what you can do is split all of the 100 SKUs into batches and, for example, launch 10 or 20 at a time. This way your customers aren't overwhelmed by the available choices, and it will make you more money. One more thing that we've done for this specific brand is that for some specific campaigns, like campaign number 3, I believe, or 4, what we've done is we had like a link to the collection page with all previously launched products for this batch of new launches. I hope I didn't overcomplicate it for you, but yeah, this strategy is working very well for us. I definitely recommend you try it out. Once again, it's not always going to work for every brand because every brand is different, every customer base is different, but for this specific brand, it worked for them really well. They have really engaged customers who love buying from them, so it just made sense to split these products and launch them one by one. Now, before I show you a few of the examples, if you run an e-commerce brand and you would like us to handle your marketing and get your results like this one, for example, 41% of your total revenue could be coming from your marketing, right? If it's not like that, you can book the call with me using the link in the description down below. I'm gonna go through your Klaviyo or prepare a custom strategy for you so you can also start getting these results for your brand. Now, one more thing that is left is I wanted to show you some of the campaigns that we've done. So this is, for example, the first campaign, right? We just mentioned again, it features one of the products. We showed just the product photos, very short copy, very digestible, and that's it. Another example, we actually used quite a lot of GIFs for these emails, but again, they worked very well. As you can see, the structure that we follow is header, subheader, and then call to action, all of these elements above default. And again, they worked pretty well, and this is exactly what I mentioned. Curious about other colors, each hue tells a story, dive into our vibrant collection, and we were just showing the collection of all new products or SKUs that we have launched. Another example of the email, this one was actually top performer, probably also because of the color that is, pretty trendy right now. But yeah, as you can see, all of these are pretty simple. We just showed the product photos, which are probably the most important thing, at least for this specific brand, right? And last but not least, once again, we like using GIFs just because they are creating a little bit more engagement, they're performing quite well, and once again, a lot of product photos. So these aren't overcomplicated emails by any means, but as you can see, they've worked pretty well. So yeah, once again, if you need help with that, you can book a call in the video description, but if not, then I have other video for you which shows you how I exactly took an e-commerce brand from no email marketing at all to making them over 370k in just 1 month. Click and check it out. See you in the next one. See ya.